Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Wrestling Challenge review series for the 2nd of October, 1994. We continue our foray into that. 123 Kid and Gary Scott. 123 Kid, of course, is Sean Waltman. Waltman gets a couple of sliding leg drops and a series of martial arts kicks. Waltman always good at making enhancement talent look good, and Waltman really did care about making things look as realistic as possible. Even though he is not the stockiest of individual, he always cared about making things look good and be as aggressive as possible. Then we see kind of Gary Scott fighting back on him a little bit. Big body slam by Scott along the way. The sliding, Scott actually going to the top rope for a minute, does not get everything he wants on the offensive maneuver that he chooses to uncork, but 123 Kid getting things going his way and hits a senton himself and gets the win there. We go to house show hype, which happens to be Box Office Smoking Guns and the Heavenly Bodies in a tag team match. This is the New York market. Doink and Dink versus Jerry the King Lawler and Lex Luger and Tatanka on the Heart Attack Tour. Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart are also in a World Championship match. Certainly would not be a fan of that casket match. Yokozuna and The Undertaker, we've seen those before. They do the final one of those at the Survivor Series. This is the New York market box office, and this is the Heart Attack Tour at the time. In October of 1994, we're kind of getting ready for the Survivor Series in a little bit anyway. Jerry Lawler facing off against Ben Jordan. Lawler, at the time, sometimes doing commentary on his own matches. Ben Jordan, a decent enhancement talent who had run through Memphis. Lawler at this time is tremendous in his commentary. Worth watching that self-commentary as he's doing matches. Punch, kick, and Lawler, mocking his opponent. Also, they're calling him Burger King, making fun of him because Doink is embarrassing to him or has been, and ultimately gets things going there. Ben Jordan trying to get under Lawler's skin. Lawler gets a good stall out of the match, super basic, and Lawler gets drop kicked in the face. Lawler, a tremendous seller who gets more out of most things than the average person, and Jerry Lawler gets a few punches, a few kicks, and eventually his style of the piledriver to get him a victory going forward into the end of that one. Then we move to Paul Bearer Undertaker interview. Basically, Paul Bearer and the Undertaker going back to hyping their dislike for Yokozuna. Yokozuna going to be eliminated sooner or later. Yokozuna facing off against enhancement talent here. Yokozuna hits a big leg drop and manages a few punches, a few kicks, and gets things going. Not necessarily sure who the enhancement talent is at the time because this is the Milwaukee market, not a regular stop on their market. Jim Cornette, the champion there, and they're still teasing the casket match, bringing it back after Yokozuna beat him at the Rumble. Yokozuna hits the side suplex, followed by the benefit of the bonsai drop and the victory. We get another in the series of enhancement matches. The British Bulldog facing off against Barry Horowitz, and basically that's kind of a real basic shove off. Bulldog has been back and forth. Bulldog still a babyface here. Gets a couple of clotheslines and the hanging vertical suplex. Horowitz gets a little bit of a comeback, very basic. He kind of cuts his man off a little bit, but obviously that doesn't go too far as the Bulldog gets the power slam and the victory in quick order. Bulldog also just catches his man mid move and dumps him. Then we go to Tatanka basically saying that every man has its price. $1 Million Man formulating the $1 Million Corporation, and he let it be known that that was the plan all the way back to Tatanka becoming part of that process for him. Tatanka basically is in a business suit and looks like $1,000,000. Did not know that the Bushwhackers go all the way till October '94. Maybe just brought back for television because they are taking independent bookings at the time as well. Bushwhackers Tom O'Sullivan and Richie Rich. Punch kick, very basic offense from the Bushwhackers, the gut wrench and the gut wrench, gut buster, and the battering ram. Bushwhackers basically here to kill time here in 1994. Nothing wrong with that, but it's here and it's there, and there you go. Bam Bam Bigelow and Sonny Rogers is here as well. Also a hype package for Bob Backlund and his time as the WWF and WWF champion 1978 to 1983. We go through Bam Bam Bigelow and Sonny Rogers. Bigelow eventually becomes and is actually a member of the $1,000,000 Corporation that has started post SummerSlam. And Bigelow punch kick, very basic maneuvers, chokes out Rogers and eventually manages to get the diving headbutts as well as the in-ring headbutts, and Bigelow is victorious in quick fashion. There, we'll be back with more right after this.